You didn't have to come personally.
This operation will bring an end to the war. I wanted to see it through.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Brad and Damiani here, or your boys I should say. Damiani, we had the pleasure of playing, a game to a series that we kind of enjoy. We're kind of well known, maybe. We played Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion.
Yeah, we got the access.
The remastered / kind of remake, new assets of the PSP Classic, the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. And what we played, I was like, yes, this is good.
Yeah.
This is a good step.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Looks good.
Some of like the character animations of the cutscenes, they're like very PSP animation.
It's still the core PSP game.
Yeah,
like its DNA is still the same. It's just
overhauled visually.
This is what if PSP. This is PSP in 2020 on emulation, like HD emulation, 4K 60 looks like. The improved models, the improved texture work,
all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So the demo me and Damiani played was like 10, 15 minutes.
Pretty short.
Pretty much the game, I guess, minor, very light spoilers, I guess, if you don't know anything about this game. The game, or the demo we played kicked off in Wutai. You're Zack, of course, and right off the beginning, Yuffie, boom, right off the beginning, younger Yuffie, good to see her, chatting it up.
Zack acting like a little big brother type, even though he's like technically the enemy there.
That's right, the Wutai and Shinra war that you heard about in Final Fantasy VII. Getting to see a little bit of that. And right off the bat, you just kind of walk into a building, and there's a boss fight, or a mini boss fight, I guess you would say. These two, like, ogre dudes that you fight at the same time.
Yeah, heavily armored, giant blades. Just begin with, like, kind of like a team attack, and that's like a new... I think this is I don't know if it was in the original. I don't remember it. The new thing at the very beginning, the activity meter, the purple pink meter.
Oh, yeah, I'm not sure. I have not played Crisis Core since PSP.
Yeah. Okay.
It's been a long time for me.
If it's in there, it's returning. If not, this is a new feature. It's one or the other, but there is something where an enemy is going to do a big cinematic attack, and it's a full meter, and you deplete it, and
you deplete it by hitting them.
Yeah, if you fully deplete it, hitting them or doing something they're weak to, will deplete it faster. If you fully deplete it, you'll cancel the attack. If it goes down to like 50%, it'll only do half damage to you, so it just scales like that. And it's kind of like a nice like mix-in mechanic there, I think, to help you, keep you on your toes.
Yeah, and like you're seeing in the footage, the gameplay is real time. It's you're not turn-based kind of thing. It's you have like the ability select the Kingdom Hearts games do. You hold L1 or whatever, and you can assign abilities like Fire, Blizzard, Cure, all that stuff. Two things. One thing I noticed is it's been a long time, but I think they adjusted this, is the melee attacks with Zack. It felt better than I remembered. It felt a little more smooth and fluid, I guess. So I think they addressed that a little more, and I think my movement just felt a little better. So it felt like a little more polished to me. And two is the feature of this game. I still don't know how I feel about this whole thing. Is this like slot machine mechanic that goes on? So while you're fighting enemies, there's always a slot machine thing rolling at the top left of the game, and then it'll randomly land on certain things depending on like the outcome. Like you can get buffs, like you don't run out of mana for this amount of time, so you can just spam cast mana. Or one of the things I got was like a shield, so I could just kind of just smash attack and don't have to worry about damage. And you get some other benefits like that. Yeah.
Like some of them seemed helpful. Like obviously nothing cost any points, like no ability points or no MP was a nice one. I think because the combat was so fluid and it felt like very natural, I don't know if I got any of those buffs. You're just like
they kind of just pop up.
Yeah,
and it could be ezy to miss them, I guess, if you're just like focused on the attack. But it's like nothing stops, nothing like that.
Didn't need to rely on them.
No.
It felt like a nice little bonus if it ran.
Where we were, no, you didn't need to rely on those at all. Totally. But after that fight, we ran into Angeal, and the scientist dude, I forgot his name, all that good stuff.
Director, I don't remember.
Director, yeah. Then we get a proper boss fight with Ifrit. Classic Final Fantasy summon. Cool arena. It was cool that you could use Blizzard on him. It dropped the ice on him and it weakened him. So it was like a good interrupt when he was going.
Yeah, I was really glad first time didn't fully interrupt this thing because that Hellfire attack.
Yeah, Hellfire.
Cinematic.
Looks cool.
So good looking.
Looks cool.
It was worth seeing it.
Speaking of that, your limit break, Zach's limit break. You could do limit break by holding a triangle button when he had the meter up all the way. It's cool.
Yeah, that's from Brad's footage. He actually used it. I forgot to use it the whole time. So
it was cool.
But I saw Brad use it. I was like, oh yeah, it looks so
cool.
Sick. Yeah.
But yeah, good solid fight. Good time. Overall, I think this is a good version of the game. It's more than I honestly expected. I was just praying we would get just a port or whatever, a PSP port, but they've gone out of their way to give us a proper port with some updated textures and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Also, so we played on PS5, but also Damiani played it on Switch in handheld mode.
Oh yeah.
And I watched him play some of this.
Played on an OLED. Was quite surprised at how well it ran and how nice it looked on that OLED.
It looked nice. Seemed to run pretty good.
Barely, honestly, maybe it wasn't the best situation to do the comparison. But from that short time, it looked the same pretty much to me.
The only thing is the PlayStation edition had higher frame rate.
Yeah,
but of course you'd expect that. But it was a competent version of the game, I'd say.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, we thought you'd just be like, ooh. But it is a PSP game.
When I doing a video on it, I played a little bit of the Nier Switch port, and I was kind of dreading it was gonna be a little bit more like that. And thankfully, it's not. It's not the Nier port.
It's a pretty good version.
It's a better version.
If you are getting the Switch version, you are in luck.
Yeah, I think you're fine. Obviously, we didn't get to play the docked mode, so I don't know blown up if it's gonna look a little bit worse. But I think they got it running pretty well on there, so no worries.
So yeah, that is the prequel to Final Fantasy VII. If you are invested in Final Fantasy VII, if you played Remake, this is must play, in my opinion. Got to get that story, got to know what's going on, got to get that history. This comes out on December 13th, so not too far away. Yeah. It's finally coming. Cool. Any other thoughts, Damiani?
No, we didn't really get to any insight into any changes. When they keep saying it's for you to find out if it's a remaster or
the story, we have no idea.
No idea. Still no idea. Still too soon.
But too soon, yep.
But looking forward to it.
Looking forward to it, absolutely. All right, that's going to do it for us. We will see you all later.